A few days ago, the first official teaser trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey was screened in theatres before Jurassic World Rebirth, and if you saw my breakdown on it, you'll know that I thought the teaser gave us a fantastic first look at the auteur blockbuster filmmaker's latest feature. But in this video, I'm going to be giving you my extended thoughts on it and the reasons why I think it looks like another masterpiece by the director. Before I get into it though, if you want to keep up to date on any of my content surrounding Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey film, then don't forget to support this upload by giving it a like rating and subscribing to the channel. But without further ado, let's dive into why the first trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is very promising. So a teaser trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is currently being screened exclusively in theatres before Jurassic World Rebirth, and although the footage is only available on the big screen, it has inevitably leaked online. With a theatrical release set for July 17th of next year, the film is still more than a year away, meaning that the studio can accelerate the marketing with more trailers and footage as we move closer to next summer. The teaser only gives us brief glimpses of Nolan's mythical epic, but through the gorgeous IMAX frames of the tumultuous seas, the ancient conflicts, and some famous faces, there's a true emotional essence that has been established. And that comes through the main focus of the teaser, which is a boy who wants answers about his absent father. We get a good tease for a couple of characters in the footage, with a voiceover right at the trailer's opening, setting a mysterious tone. When I did my trailer breakdown the other day, I said that this narration sounds like it could be from Robert Pattinson. There was speculation that Pattinson would take on the role of Hermes, the messenger god and herald of the Olympian deities. However, many people are now saying that this could be a voiceover from Eumaeus, who was Odysseus' slave and friend, as the character refers to him as my master. It's not completely clear over who is voicing the role, and others online have also added that the narration could be from two characters, one played by Pattinson and the other by actor John Leguizamo. Anyway, it's a mysterious opening that really sets the tone of what looks like a dark Christopher Nolan fantasy, and the dialogue sets an eerie tone, working well alongside the striking visuals of a deep blue sea and waves crashing against the sandy beach where the Trojan horse lie. But throughout the teaser, the actors we got an extended look at were Tom Holland and Jon Bernthal. Tom Holland portrays Telemachus, the son of Odysseus and the Prince of Ithaca, who refuses to lose hope in his father and is filled with a sense of urgency, seeking answers that will bring him solace. Still, he displays a level of desperation and sadness, with a tear rolling down his face due to his father's absence. On the flip side, Jon Bernthal's character embodies a more menacing essence by seeming slightly mocking in his response. He says, "Who has a story about Odysseus? Some say he's rich, some say he's poor, some say he's perished, some say he's imprisoned." Now, there is a debate over who Bernthal is playing, and while I do think that it's Menelaus, I can see the arguments being made for it being Nestor or Antinous. Regardless, his character brings this intensity on screen, and it works well in contrast to Holland's betrayed grief. The opening dialogue and then the moments between them are intercut with a montage of mythic imagery, where we get a deteriorating wooden structure in that of the Trojan horse, a tempestuous sky looming over turbulent ocean waves, which is possibly illustrating Poseidon's wrath, and a shadowy cave that beckons Odysseus and his crew into its gloom, likely housing the Cyclops Polyphemus. When we reach the end, we get a full look at Matt Damon embodying Odysseus, not in the glory of a hero, but in utter despair. He floats unconscious on a piece of wood in the vast ocean, shattered and distanced from everyone else. So what makes such a short teaser so powerful? Part of that answer lies in the emphasis on both Holland and Bernthal, as rather than just showing Odysseus' journey back home, Nolan is interested in showing the emotional impact of his absence through some of the other characters. It's a tension-filled narrative that is perfect for Nolan, as Ithaca has lost its king, its queen is targeted, and its prince is struggling beneath that. You've got Holland showcasing a deeper emotional range to portray the inner conflict that Telemachus is experiencing, while Bernthal ridicules his remaining belief. From the teaser, I think Nolan is suggesting that he will treat the other plot lines with as much significance as Odysseus in returning home. It makes me really intrigued to see how he will go about adapting the suitors part of the story alongside the additional scenes with Telemachus in searching for answers. Focusing the teaser on a solitary conversation separate from Odysseus does seem intentional, as the Odyssey is not just about a man's journey home. It also explores the impact on a kingdom and a family. So I think Nolan's interpretation of the story will go beyond the centered journey, showcasing the issues at home in Ithaca. It suggests that the director will once again be using a multi-strand narrative, something he typically goes for, while implementing his central themes like time and identity. Oppenheimer was the reverse, as we were put in the shoes of the main character throughout it. So coming to his take on a fantasy film and this particular story, and intercutting between many characters, locations and timelines, I think it's going to be an interesting thing to see play out. He can use time to show the deconstruction of man, and therefore the change in Odysseus as a figure. And then beyond that, he can show how it affects everyone else. So from a storytelling point of view, the teaser is suggesting that we're going to get something special. Add on what looks to be standout performances by Jon Bernthal and Tom Holland, and it gives us faith in the adaptation and bringing Homer's story to the big screen in a good way. Tom Holland's performance here, even in just a few seconds, felt very promising, and he convinced me in those few moments that he is going to nail this role. And then Bernthal equally does a fantastic job of infusing the footage with an incredible intensity, selling me on Nolan's writing and getting me hopeful that the rest of the script will be just as good. And while we didn't get any dialogue or extended scenes from Matt Damon, he looks great visually in the role, and the footage does a superb job of teasing his character and his performance. Coming to my final point, I think the main positive that I take away from this trailer has to be how visually beautiful and cinematically powerful the shots seem to be. At times it made me think of some of Nolan's older work in, say, Batman Begins or Dunkirk, where the imagery is darker, moodier and haunting, elevated by the way it's paced and cut together with the other footage. I particularly loved the shot of Odysseus in the Cyclops cave, and also the one which looks to be from the Siege of Troy with the soldiers. It's the way all of these shots are cut alongside the conversation between Holland and Bernthal's characters, as it demonstrates a filmmaker who is in complete control and wants us to really feel the journey being taken. He could have just littered this trailer with grandiose, unfinished shots of the creatures, but instead he focused on the heart of the story. And that is a man trying to get home and his son wanting to find out if he's okay. As a whole, there's a practical depth to all the images Nolan puts on screen, and I once again have complete faith that he will deliver, both from a visual and storytelling perspective. The fact that he's taking on a mythical epic like The Odyssey and committing to shoot in as much realism as possible gets me beyond excited to see how he will tackle the gods and creatures when we do eventually see them. Yes, there's a chance this could look disappointing if not executed right, but the approach to capturing as much in camera versus just shooting it all on a green screen or overusing VFX has to be commended. If it is pulled off, and I still don't know how Nolan is going to do it, then I'm sure it's going to look outstanding on the big screen. I think it's admirable that a filmmaker that has had such a long and successful career like Nolan has is still keen on taking big risks. He built his career on taking risks like this, subverting the genres he tackles, and challenging audiences with narratives that hold more than meets the eye. Now he's doing that with the fantasy genre on such a massive scale, and I can't wait to see how he will implement his themes and signature use of IMAX filmmaking within that. While it's only a short teaser, I think this first look promises another masterful film from him, a film that Universal are so confident in that they are already labelling as a masterpiece before it has even finished shooting. Of course, anything can go wrong, especially in post-production. But when you have such a good track record like Nolan has, and the footage you put out is so promising, how can you not be excited for what's in store? I'm very excited for it, and I think that Nolan is going to blow us away once again. But that was my video discussing why the official teaser trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey looks incredible. Overall, the first footage gave us an epic look at Nolan's film, displaying both grand cinematic images and tension surrounding Odysseus' journey. It's looking like it's going to be another masterclass by the auteur blockbuster filmmaker, whether it's through the performances, the stunning visuals, or an apocalyptic sounding score from Ludwig Göransson. Of course, it's only a trailer, but the promise of this film and the early footage we've been given is very exciting. The teaser delivered, and I think it's likely that we're in for a big cinematic treat come 2026. But if you've already seen the teaser trailer for the film, let me know down below in the comment section what you thought of the first look at The Odyssey, alongside whether it gets you even more excited for Christopher Nolan's latest film. For much more content on Christopher Nolan and his future projects, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like rating and follow me on social media via the links in the description. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.